Hello and welcome to our next video on multiplication of positive and negative integers. Before we begin our calculation, I just want to draw your attention to the chart in the upper right that describes what sign your answer will be. So if you have a positive with a positive or a negative with a negative, the answer will be positive. If you have a positive times a negative or a negative times a positive, the answer will be negative. Let's try our first problem. Here we have 34 times 54. Both of these answers are going to be positive. What I'm going to show you in this video is an alternate way to multiply multi-digit numbers. So in order to start, we need to align the numbers in a box, 34, 54. It's a three-step process, which is generally quicker than the algorithm. So we start on the right. We do 4 times 4, and we get 16. Then we cross multiply and add the numbers up. So we have 4 times 5, which is 20, plus 12. Well, 20 plus 12 is 32. And then finally, we do the left side, 3 times 5, which is 15. The last step is to go right to left, writing the numbers. So here we have a 6, here we have a 3, and here we have an 18. And that's the final answer. Let's try another one. In this problem, we have negative 26 times negative 63. Well, negative times a negative is going to be a positive. Again, I'm going to write my numbers in a grid, 2, 6, 6, 3. I'm going to start by doing 6 times 3, which is 18. I'm going to cross multiply and add the numbers up. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 times 2 is 6. 36 plus 6 is 42. And lastly, I do 2 times 6, which is 12. Right to left, I add the numbers up. I get 8, 3, 16. Let's try another one. Here I have negative 37 times positive 88. Well, I know my answer is going to be a negative. I'm going to write my numbers in a box, 3, 7, 8, 8. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 8 times 3 is 24. Well, 56 plus 20 is 76. 76 plus 4 is going to be 80. And lastly, I do 3 times 8 to get 24. Writing my answer, I get 6, 5, and then 24 plus 8 is going to be 32. My next example, I have 41 times negative 113. I'm going to write my box out like this. A 4, a 1, an 11, and a 3. It's a negative times a positive, so I know my answer is going to be negative. Start with 3 times 1, and I get 3. Cross multiplying, I get 11 plus 12 is going to be 23. And then 4 times 11 is going to be 44. Writing my answer out, I get 3, 3, 46. In this next problem, we have negative 204 times negative 27. So again, a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. I write my box out to be 24, 2, 7. 4 times 7 is going to be 28. 4 times 2 is 8. 20 times 7 is going to be 140. This is going to be 148. I put the 8 and the 14 goes up top. And finally, 20 times 2 is going to be 40. Writing up my numbers out right to left, I have an 8. I have an 8 plus 2, which is going to be 10, which is going to increase this to 15. And 40 plus 15 is 55. There's one more problem here in our problem set. We have negative 15 times 396. So I have a negative times a positive, which means my answer is going to be negative. I'm going to write my box out to be 1, 5, 39, and 6. Starting with 5 times 6, I get 30. I got 6 plus 5 times 39. Well, 5 times 30 is 150. 5 times 9 is 45. 150 plus 45 is 195. And then 195 plus 6 is going to be 201. Lastly, I do 1 times 39, and I get 39. Writing my numbers out right to left, I get 0, 4, and then 3 plus 2 is 5, so it's going to be 59. If you have any questions on this topic, feel free to ask your math teacher, or you could always send us an email. Thanks.